Hello everyone, welcome to United Chokros. My name is DV, and today was the day Glazers spoke for the first time on a fan forum. We'll of course talk about that in detail, but I want to begin with some transfer updates. Huge news coming out of various sources, including Sky as well, that Jadon Sancho's deal has lots of positivity this time compared to what it was last time. So the reason simply being Dortmund are giving positive signs. Apparently, from what I've heard, is Man United and Dortmund are in advanced negotiation where Man United are ready to pay the 80 million upfront, which Dortmund's asking. The only negotiations that would have to be done is with the add-ons. Dortmund wants 20 million in add-ons, which are basically achievable add-ons, and Man United are negotiating on that. But yes, there is lots of positivity from both the parties, and they want the deal to be done. Personal terms were never an issue because that was, I think, agreed last August. That's what Fabrizio Romano has said a couple of times, and he said it this time as well. So I don't think that should be an issue. And to be honest, Man United were looking to sign Jadon Sancho before the Euros, but I think now that he's with the England training camp, that won't be possible. But yes, they will present him like a big signing. It will be a huge signing, and they will market him and get the most money out of that marketing deal. So yes, that is most likely to happen. But again, there's nothing from Romano as of now about this negotiations between United and Dortmund. There's nothing from Christian Folk himself because from what I believe, Christian Folk is very reliable when it comes to news from German transfers. He's very close to Bayern Munich, but also he has good updates on other German clubs like Dortmund, Leverkusen. So yes, he's very close to all these German clubs, and there's no update from him as well. So we'll wait for that. But yes, I personally think that this deal will be done. And yes, I did read Jan Argfjord's tweet, and what he said is apparently 21st July is the deadline this time because that's when Dortmund's pre-season, training and everything. I mean, basically their next season, they start for training for the next season on 21st of July. So that'll be the deadline Dortmund has set, and positivity is that Man United expect to get the deal done as quickly as possible because both the clubs are not far off the value. So yes, let's hope for the best. And moving on, Rafael Varane has an offer from Man United, and that's why he's not yet signed a new contract with Real Madrid. It's a really good offer. United have offered him a really good deal with a good amount of wages. Now that doesn't mean that he will sign for United because what I believe is he might just not have an offer from United. He might have an offer from Chelsea. He might even have an offer from PSG. So it all depends which club proposes a good structure, shows ambition in the transfer market, shows him a good picture of the next, season. So accordingly, Varane will go there. Or even, he may end up doing a Ramos because Ramos bantered us twice. He literally teased us that he may end up signing for us, and he signed a new contract with Madrid. So Varane may even end up doing that. So you never know. And again, really good centre back, won the World Cup. He's even won the Champions League multiple times. So he's basically a winner. Won the La Liga. So he's won most of the competition that he's played in. So if we sign Varane at top, we're signing a top class centre back. And apparently, from what it seems like, it'll be a 35 to 40 million pounds deal. If you ask me, it's a bargain deal for Man United to sign a top class centre back like Rafael Varane. Yes, there are question marks about him because last season was not so great for him, but still I would take Rafael Varane anytime over any other defender. If you ask me, choose between Varane or Pau Torres or Koundé, I would easily choose Rafael Varane because that's a top class centre back, and he's won major trophies including the World Cup. So yes, let's see what the progress with that. As of now, I don't think there's anything reliable. If people tell you that Varane is close to signing United, that's all false. There's nothing concrete. Yes, I think Man United might have offered him a deal, but there's nothing positive from Varane's party. I mean, neither his agent or he, like I said, he may be doing what Sergio Ramos did a couple of times with us. He may eventually end up staying in Madrid, getting a huge, good contract from them. So we'll have to wait on that. And once again, nothing concrete on that and no reliable source. So it's just what a lot of people are talking about, because yes, they are right that United have offered Varane a contract, but has Varane accepted that? Is he going to accept that? Nothing concrete on that. Moving on to the right back situation, Trippier is strongly linked to us, and Man United could strike a deal with Atletico Madrid for around 10 to 15 million. Now, yes, again, this news is also not coming from any reliable sources, but what makes it interesting is because apparently Atletico Madrid are looking for another right back. Now, they only will be looking for another right back because going to sell Trippier. So yes, so that's positivity around that, and he will offer a really good competition. We all saw the arrival of Alex Telles made Luke Shaw into Roberto Carlos. So we may end up seeing Wan Bissaka become Philip Lam Bissaka. So anything can happen, and Trippier would be a really good signing for 10-15 million. Starts for England over Kyle Walker and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Really puts a good cross in. He's really good with those free kicks. So I think if we sign Kieran Trippier, he will give a really tough competition to Wan Bissaka. We might even see Trippier start in the first few games, to improve Wan Bissaka. So again, we'll have to wait on that till we get something from a reliable source. But yes, there's lots of positivity around this time, and I think Glazers will spend money this time because they want to prove everyone wrong, and they want to show everyone how much they care about the club, and they are interested in Man United getting Man United to win trophies, and they want to invest, they want to back the manager. That's what they want to show to the entire world. Now, I'm not sure whether the money will be spent in the right way, because it's not just the Glazers, the people sitting under the Glazers, Woodward, Richard Arnold, the entire recruitment team, including John Muto and Darren Fletcher. I don't trust any of these. So basically, I don't know. From what I can say, the money will be spent, but I don't know whether it will be spent in the right way. If we do something like what sign Alexis Sanchez and give him a huge wage like 375 grand a week, that's stupidity. We don't want to do that. That's the important thing is that money needs to be spent wisely, and that's what we can hope for. Now, moving on to the Glazers meeting. So, for the first time in 16 years, Joel Glazer attended a fan forum, and yes, lots of things were said about that, and lots of fans got excited about it, and some people even think that this is a change. Glazers are looking to improve and are sorry for their past mistakes, and they want to learn and do something for the club. I don't feel any such, because talking is one thing and doing is another thing. These are two different things. Ed Woodward had what Glazers have said today. Ed Woodward is saying most of the sins since the last 5 to 6 years. So I don't trust any of this. Even if the statements are positive, the intent is positive, I will only believe them when they deliver those signings to Oli, and then they start, fulfilling those promises. So I'm going to discuss what they've said in those fan forum. Basically, club has agreed to work with MUST and on fan share scheme, and the fans will have equal voting rights to Glazer family shares. Say this could be a largest fan ownership group in the world sport. Won't confirm if the volume capped, but isn't limiting right now. I'll come back to that. Fan advisory board to be set up with elected fan reps and fan groups on it. All fundamental issues to be consulted on joining or leaving competitions, leaving Old Trafford, etc. Fan forums to be expanded and more representative of the fan base. Glazers family agreed to pay all cost fines associated with Super League. Yeah, of course, you have to. Basically, when you grow up and you shit the bed, you can't expect your parents to clean up your mess. You got to clean up your mess by yourself. That's what they got to do. So there's nothing, a lot of people are getting excited by this. I don't feel anything excited about this, and I just feel there's another PR stunt. I can guarantee tell you this, all these statements that Joel Glazer has said, he's not said by himself. The PR team has written it for him, and I won't believe any of this till they start fulfilling the promises. Moving on, they said they will commit to major investment in the stadium and also the training facilities, full cooperation in fan-led review, senior executives, leading and will support MUST to engage fans on it. Commitment to ongoing engagement with fans and apologies for getting it wrong for the 16 years of silence. Wow. Really? And then they've also said that they have committed to invest in the team in the summer. This summer. Well, that's this summer. They won't do it after that. Yes, just joking. Commits to investment in the team this summer and back the manager. Now, the next 2 points, I've kept it for the last, are very interesting. Won't commit to paying off debt. Thinks dividends payments are fair. There you go. I mean, you speak all this positivity about backing the manager and having, voting rights and equal shares, giving equal shares to fans, and then you also talk about having, fan advisory boards and paying the Super League fines, investing in stadium and, training complexes. But then you talk about this, we don't trust you. This is why I have got trust issues. And people say that, there might be eventually a change and they might have learned from the mistake. I don't think at all, because I've been reading these tweets since the morning before the fan forum went out, and people like Laurie Whitwell and Simon Stone are throwing a lot of positivity towards the Glazer family. I don't by talking I can come out and say that I will do so and so thing, but it doesn't matter unless I end up doing that thing. So like I said, talking is one thing and actually doing it is another thing. And Glazers have been in charge for 16 years. They haven't done a bit for us. All they have done is removed dividends from the club. They bought the club on the debt. They increased the debt, and right now as well, they're not committing on to paying off the debt. That's a major problem. And again, they will, like I said, yes, they will back the manager this season. They will give him the funds. I'm not sure whether those will be invested in the right way, but yes, there will be funds available to Oli, and they will back him. So again, please, all I can request you is don't be misguided, or don't get excited about this, even if they get you Rafael Varane, Jadon Sancho or Declan Rice. They are just here to fill the pockets. They are just here to remove dividends, and they are not going to let this club go off the debt in the next 10 years as well. That's all I can tell you. So yes, there's a couple of things that I want to talk about. So what he actually said. So Joel Glazer, what he said, and I quote: "As owners, we want exactly the same thing as fans: successful team plus strong club, and we want to work in partnership to achieve those objectives." He goes on to say, "Fans are lifeblood of Manchester United, and I'm personally committed to ensuring that they are given an enhanced voice through creation of fan advisory board and fan share scheme." Let's see. Now, if you ask me about the fan share thing, I feel by not putting in the exact number, they're playing a game here. They're playing a game here, trying to win over the fans. Yes, I don't think that they won't do this. Fans having share part of the share, but that won't be the 51-49% like what the German clubs have. I think it will be like fans having 50-20%. And think about this. Fans having those 15-20%. So they basically, Glazers get to sell those shares. So if they get to sell those shares, the money comes into the club. Money comes into the club. They get to remove dividends from that as well. So basically, it's again a profit for Glazers, if you see. That's what they're going to do. So if again, like I said, if you are misguided by this, if you think that there's a change coming, then you are delusional, man. Then I don't think you are a part of this Glazer out movement. For me, again, I am still Glazers out, and I will only start giving them benefit of the doubt. Not trusting, benefit of the doubt is when they start, backing the manager. First of all, they start investing in the, team. And you know what? I want to say this. It's not just the Glazers. The people under them, Richard Arnold, Ed Woodward, we all know, the kind of man he was. And then, basically, I don't like the hiring structure. Now they got John Muto. Now we wanted a director of football who had that kind of an experience. But you got someone from inside who has been in the club for 7 years. how is he going to change, and how that's going to be a change? We are going to operate the same way when it comes to transfers. The role of director of football is so important for any club. Look at the top clubs, Chelsea, they have Peter Cech. Look at Ajax, Van der Sar. I think Van der Sar is a different position, but he acts like a director of football. So many good clubs, they have good director of football. Look at I think it was Lille. They hired the previous Monaco guy. I mean, this is what top clubs do. They have good director of football. They have people who handle football, who know about football. Now, I don't say that John Mutter doesn't know about football, but he's from inside the club. He's already a part of this, Ed Woodward team. So I don't see any change coming. He may have good intentions. He may want to take this job seriously and prove himself. But I don't think there will be any change in the style of operating. Yes, they are getting the deals over the line. Sancho, they want to get rid of the deal over the line before Euros. Trippier, they want to get the deal over the line before Euros. None of this is possible to get it done before Euros because both the players are with the England camp right now. So I don't think that should be possible. But yes, they are showing the intent. But they have to do that. There's lots to do. It's not just incomings. They have to sell Pereira. They have to sell Diego Dalot. They have to sell Jesse Lingard. They have to decide the goalkeeper situation. Then the most important thing people forget about this, the Paul Pogba contract situation. They have to agree with Paul Pogba on a contract. If he doesn't agree with a new contract, they have to sell him. So many things to do. Then they have to buy a center defensive midfielder, a centre back, a right winger, a backup right back. So many things to do, and that's why they've started early this time. And from what I believe is Oli wants all his transfers sorted before the season begins. That's what he wanted last year as well, but that didn't happen. So again, I can only hope that as a club that I can only hope that they improve. Not because I want Glazers to do well, but I want my club to do well. If they invest the right way, they get the right players, we do well. And you know what I want to say this. A lot of people say that we buy Declan Rice, we buy Jadon Sancho, we buy Rafael Varane, and we are a title challenging team. No, we aren't. Look at Man City and Chelsea. They just don't have a good starting 11. They have equally good amount of players on the bench. If any of the players get injured, a similar type of player with a similar type of impact can come from the bench and win them the game. That's the squad depth they have. We don't have squad depth. Forget squad depth. We don't even have the starting 11, the perfect starting 11. If we sign Varane, Sancho and Rice, we'll have a perfect starting 11. And we can only win a trophy if we have a season like what Liverpool did a year ago. They had majority of the starting 11 players like Van Dijk, Salah, Mane, Fabinho, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertson, all available for the entire season. If we have the entire team available, then yes, we can think about winning the title. But if you got to win the title, you got to have equally good bench strength like the one City and Chelsea have right now. So again, for me, yes, a lot of people say that if we buy these players, we'll end up challenging for the title. For me, it will be keeping hold of the second place because it's going to be very difficult with City improving again. If they buy Harry Kane, it's game over. Chelsea again looking to improve. They're looking to bring in Rice. Now we're talking about Declan Rice, but Chelsea want to bring in Declan Rice. Remember, Declan Rice is a huge Chelsea fan. His entire family is a season ticket holder with Chelsea. So Chelsea have got an upper hand, although they have Kovacic, Kante and Jorginho doing the same role. So they may not go for him because of his price, and apparently West Ham want 90 million for Declan Rice. So we'll have to wait on that, but all I can of a center defensive midfielder depends a lot on Paul Pogba. If Paul Pogba, I'm sorry, not just Paul Pogba, a situation on Paul Pogba and Donny Van de Beek. So if either one of them goes out of the club, then Man United will have the money to get a defensive midfielder. And this scares me a lot because if we don't buy a center defensive midfielder, we get to see Fred and McTominay again in the starting 11. So again, I get a lot of chills, and I don't want to see that. If we start Fred and McTominay next season, I'll be all out. I cannot tolerate this because it's like we are compromising a creative player just to protect a centre back. So I cannot have that shit, and I think if we do that again next season, I'm all out for sure. I'm ready to give him the benefit of doubt. He was not back this season, and I myself said at the beginning of the season we won't even qualify for the Champions League, but he got us one spot higher. We progressed and we got to second spot. So I'm going to give him the benefit of doubt. I'm going to say, like, he'll get the backing. If he gets the backing, even if he signs, doesn't get a center defensive midfielder, he gets a center back, right back and a right winger in Sancho, but still he plays the defensive mentality football. Then I think it's time for Oli to go. I mean, it's time for us to part ways. So let's keep that judgment for the beginning of next season. Let's see how he approaches the beginning of next season. Let's give him 10-15 games with those signings, and then we can decide his fate as fans. Well, thank you guys for watching this show, and we'll be back. There's lots of stuff. This summer transfer window seems to be exciting. Also, Euros coming up. I'm planning to do a watch along. So yes, do subscribe to our channel, bottom right hand corner. Smash a like on the video, and don't forget to turn on the notification, because like I said, I'll be going live for the Euros, and you don't want to miss out on that. So guys, see you in a couple of days with another transfer update. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.